Medyo nasa likod nga lang tayo. Hindi nagbigyan ng salaysay at pumasok agad si Senador Pangilinan sa loob ng opisina. Ang ating magugunita, magkasama sa partido si Senador Pangilinan at si Senador De Lima at nagpapakita lamang ng full support itong si Senador Pangilinan sa kinakarap ng senador. At hindi naman talaga din biro para sa isang babaeng senador na maharap sa ganitong kaso. Subalit, yun nga, ang sigaw ng taong bayan, kailangan managot ang mga nagkasala.
Ikinatuwa ni Senador Risa Hontiveros ang naging pagpayag ng Muntinlupa Court kay dating Senador Leila De Lima na magpiyansa ukol sa isa niyang natitirang drug case. Kinumpirma ng legal counsel ni De Lima na si Attorney Bonnie Tacarardon nitong Lunes, Nobyembre 13, na pinayagan ng Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court Branch 206 ang motion for reconsideration para sa petisyon ng pagpiyansa ang dating senador sa halagang 300,000. Salamat sa Diyos, Laya na si Leila. Matapos ang 6 na mapait na taon ng pagkakulong. Masaya din si dating Vice Presidente Leni Robredo ng payagan ng Muntinlupa Court si dating Senador Leila De Lima na magkapagpiyansa. Matagal nating hinintay ang araw na ito sa pananalig na ang tama at totoo ang palaging mananaig sa ad ni Robredo sa kaniyang ex-post ng pumutok ang balitang makakapagpiyansa na si De Lima. Pinatutunayang muli ngayon na walang basehan ang mga paratang laban kay Senator Leila. Ang lahat ng mga paninira at panggigipit na naranasan niya sa loob ng halos 7 taon ay bunga ng kaniyang pangangahas na tumindig para sa tama para sa ating mga kababayan.
Alright, good evening everyone. Good evening Sen. Lisa, Sen. Laila. Start na po tayo. Magbabasa po ng opening statement ko from Sen.
Sa inyong lahat. Sa inyong lahat. Thank you for joining me here. Free at last. 6 years, 8 months, 21 days. And this is my 2,454 day. So I'm released after 2,454 days. Hindi ko talaga na-describe ang feeling na nangyari na yung pinakahihintay ko. But in your permission, I think some of you would want to ask questions later. With your permission, naman po akong babasahin na statement. Can I do that? Though it took too long, I never lost faith that my inevitable freedom will come. Alam niyo na kung gaano tayo katagalan kung tayo ng nagtiis, na may pananalig ng katotohanan at totoong justisya ay magtatagumpay. But the counting of the years, the months, days, hours, minutes, seconds, the milestones in my own life, in my family's life, and in our nation's history that I have missed by being unjustly detained cannot be counted. None of those can fully express how much and how long I have longed to be able to say the words, finally, the truth is set me free. Yes, it's always the truth, it's always for the truth. And that's why I'm now set free. Wala siguro sapat na mga salita ang lubos na makakapaglarawan sa damdamin ng isang inosenteng inapig sa kabila ng pighati at paghihirap na dulot ng pagpamiktot sa mismong batas at prosesong pinaglalaban ay patuloy na nananalig, nananampalataya at umaasa na darating din ang panahon na mananaig ang katotohanan at tunay na katarungan. Every moment was a test. And every single second was a fight to rise above the sorrow, the fears, the uncertainties of the future, and even, to be honest, the temptation to be overcome by hate and vindictive thoughts. There was always that temptation. Lahat po yung nilabanan ko. Hindi ko isusuko ang aking pagkatao at pagiging tao. They may have taken years of my life, but they will never take my humanity. Ang mundo ay puno ng mga taong buktot ang kaluluwa at makasarili sa harap ng pagtuusan ng taong bayan. I will never be one of them. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every month, and every year of the last 2,454 days was a struggle. But the one thing I can honestly say is that I never allowed myself to even entertain any regret. No regrets. Yes, I wish things turned out differently, but these are things that were beyond my control. But for the things that were, what I did, how I reacted, and my reasons for fighting for those who were victimized and cannot speak for themselves, I have no regret. As I appear before you today, 6 years, 8 months, 21 days, after I peaceably surrendered myself to the authorities. It is one of my greatest achievements in my career and in my life to say that not only did I survive all these years of persecution and unjust detention, I came out stronger than ever, with an even stronger commitment to truth, justice, human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. These are not just words to me. These have been my lifeline. This have been my life before, during, and after my unjust detention started. Kayo po ang aking pinaglaban. Kaya maraming salamat dahil ako rin ay inyong pinaglaban. Maraming salamat po sa mga panalangin niyo at sa walang kapagurang pananalig niyo sa katotohanan. Diyos mabalos, mabuhay ang sambayan ng Pilipino at ang Pilipinas.
Boy! Alright, we're opening on the floor for questions. First to ask is Jair Bolero.
Good evening po ma'am. First of all, congratulations po sa legal victory po. Ang question ko po ma'am, nabanggit niyo po sa statement ko, yung mga persecutors niyo po, yung never be like them. Although ma'am, malaking bagay po itong petition for consideration po for bail na natanggap. Hindi pa rin po tapos yung process. Dahil ongoing pa rin po siya. Pero masasabi niyo po ba na hindi kayo nominated na po kayo with this recent victory?
Yes. Hindi ko pa po unang na babasa yung decision. Although I'll try as much as possible to really avoid talking about the merits, because as you said, as you acknowledge, hindi pa tapos talaga yung kaso. Baka maasap to kasi tayo. Pero, as I said, I never lost faith. And we have always been confident about the merits of my case. And even when we first filed my petition for bail, nung before, matagal na kami nag-file ng bail, we were already confident of the merits of that. It's just unfortunate that the previous handling judge denied it. And so when we filed our motion for reconsideration, I think it was in June 13, we remained to be confident that the merits of our application for bail will be recognized and upheld by the court. And it took this long, understandably, because the judge is a new judge. So we had to review the entire numerous records of the case. We were actually expecting a ruling as early as September. Because as I said, we filed the motion for reconsideration in June. So medyo tumagal, understandably again, and I think kasi hindi ko pa nga nababasa, it was a thorough and extensive discussion of the merits of our motion for reconsideration. So it is a legal litigation because we were always confident. Okay, I cannot further make any comment about that. I have a lot to say about that. But, it's still pending. The case is still pending. Hindi pa po tapos. This is bail, this is provisional liberty, and this is definitely a great gift of the Almighty.
Ang last question lang po for me. Yung Marcos administration po, sinasabi po nila po tulad na the justice system is working in the Philippines, and in response to your latest legal victory, Justice Secretary Christine Rimulya, this is po yung statement niya. It just shows the independence of the judiciary, but I've always been saying from the beginning, and that they are free to decide as they please, as they need to. And reaction lang po sa statement po ni Justice Secretary.
I actually thank the administration for respecting the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law. Ganun nga naman, as somebody said, the legitimacy of the judiciary lies in its independence. The legitimacy of the government or the legitimacy of the executive department or of the government, the elected officials, lie in the votes of the people. Since our judiciary, it's the independence. Without the independence of the judiciary, then we cannot say that the judiciary really has its legitimate standing in the scheme of things. So, tama yan na sinasabi na pinakita ngayon na we have a working system. Kasi matagal nga namin when the Marcos administration came in, there was some hope, at least in my case, that justice will happen. And kasi nga, I always knew that while the former president was in power, I would not be set. Because my persecution was his project. So how can I be set free during this term? So nung nag-bago na yung administrasyon, may pag-asa talaga. At umasa talaga ako na umasa na makakamit ko yung hustisya at malalaman natin yung katotohanan about my innocence. But again, ayaw ko nang pagkagaan yung mga ganyan statement. Medyo nasobrahan na lang.
Okay. Thank you, sir. One question po for Sen. Risa. Any message po for Sen. Laya now that she's doing a new friendly with each other now?
Immediately, konti na lang. And napakalaking limitation ito sa buong posisyon. Itong limitation sa iyo. Kasi sa lahat natin, ikaw talaga yung sumalubong sa makikita ako dahil sa dami kasi ikaw talaga yung sinirang puri niya, sinirang kami. Ikaw talaga yung pineponize ko yung buong legal system para lang parusahan ka kasi ikaw yung unang nag-investiga sa kanya, you continue to speak truth to power. At kahit sinubukan niyang tambakan ka ng ang mga ako naman sasabi ng mga kaya kaso, hindi naman ito sasabi. Na-survive mo, yan, na-survive mo yung stroke, na-survive mo yung stage taking, hindi ka tumigil magsalita sa mga issue. Hindi ko na siguro yung mga handwritten letters mo from Crown. Here you are. Here you are. So itong papayag sa wakas, nakapos ka ng bail, at yung nakapipin mong ganap siya paglaya. Parang sumilit na ulit yung sigat. At alam natin, napakatagal ng gabi na maraming na babae natin. Once, sumilit yan. Tandaan, kaya sa mga ito. So we're also happy to have you with us. And we all love you. Pagkatapos ng mga luha ng paglaya mo, sa lakas.
Dilaman. And you also like me regulated. Susulat ang panginoon.
Thank you, Sen. Laya. Our next asked question is Angela Mario from Pilipinas.
Hi ma'am, good evening po. Hi ma'am, almost 7 years in detention. And you've mentioned about surviving persecution. How do you plan to go after your persecutors? Do you plan to sue them? And your message to former President Duterte?
First message ko kay President Duterte. God forgive him and God bless him. Yun lang muna ngayon. Marami pa akong pwede sabihin sa kanya. Pero wag muna. I don't want to be so, I don't want to be political sounding tonight because this is a moment of joy. This is a triumphant moment for me. So I, as much as possible, I want to be gracious. And so, God forgive him and God bless him. He knows what he did to me, I suppose.
Sorry, any questions? resume or whatever going after?
Pinag-usapan namin na yan mga ako. Wala mo specific na mga pwede announce about that. There's always that option, but as to definite plans, pinag-usapan namin. Was really, I need to do something else. A lot of person. Hindi ko, nakakagila, masakila ka na, nakakagila ka na yung mag-isa. It's a matter of justice. There's the people, should not have.
Senator, I know you said that you have no regrets for what happened. But what was the lowest point in those 6 years, 8 months, 21 days? And what proved you?
Well, isa sa mga was a personal life sa family life kasi may mga milestones sa family na mga na-miss ko. Like for example, when my son Vincent passed the bar exams and I was not allowed to attend his graduation. Masakit para sa akin yan. And it is always painful to me that I'm not with my mom. My 91-year-old ailing mom who's now bedridden. So isa na yan sa mga una kong gagawin. Umuwi ka agad ako sa Bicol para makatigil ko ang aking ina. And we haven't seen each other for more than 4 years already. So itong homecoming na to, this will be her the best Christmas gift. I definitely want to see her already. Siya excited na rin siguro. Kanina, nasa court ako, pinakausap sa akin ng brother ko sa cellphone niya, yung mami ko. And she's waiting for me. And so, yun, masakit sa akin na mawawala ka sa pamilya. And of course, yung mga nawawala, mga wala na sa mundo ko, mga kamag-anak, mga kaibigan, when nawala si Pinoy, I was so down and I could not even pay my last respects. And some other friends, some other allies like si Philippine. Masakit sa akin, not being able to say goodbye ng mga nawala. And I'm of course updated with the news because meron naman akong newspapers and my staff would send me printed copies of news articles, online articles. And nakikita ko naman ang mga developments and whether are good news or bad news or sad news and all that. But really, those more than 6 years of being alone. Because I've always considered my detention, my unjust detention, as both a curse and a blessing. It's a curse because I don't deserve it, or it's a blessing because there are many things also that I've learned while in detention. I became more prayerful. I also feel more because so much time to pray, to read the Bible, to reflect, to do contemplative prayer and all that. So those are blessings. And then I have learned to appreciate mundane things, small things in life. Umuulan, lumalabas ako sa quarters ko, parang observahan yung land and all that. And then I have stray cats in my quarters. That's why it was so sad. I was almost crying when I left Calcutta today or to school today because I had to leave the cats there. They've been my companions. They kept my sanity intact. So, it's a purifying experience. Pero pag may mga bisita ako, and then they would say, we can imagine what you feel. And then I'm tempted to say, no, you can never imagine what I feel. Even though it's only when you go through this also. Yes. But I developed a very routinary daily life in my detention. is a very routine area. And my problem now is how to adjust. Kasi magiging iba ng aking routine.
Thank you, Sen. Laila. Any more questions? Mahal. Ask you, Sen.
Thanks, Laya. Para sa Leila from the Straits Times. You've always been a very vocal figure in the Philippine opposition. What do you think, ma'am, are the implications of your release today for the Philippine opposition now? Your presence into the open world, I'm sure, do you think it would help invigorate the opposition forces, especially now that nakakaubigan po sila ngayon sa Kongreso? What's your message for the opposition figures and the opposition, people in the opposition movement who are, of course, very happy that you're released?
First of all, my fight for my advocacies will continue. And my advocacies are really shared with the opposition. And the truth, fight for justice, fight for rule of law, fight for democracy, fight for sovereignty. And definitely I'll be working side by side with the opposition. I remain today an opposition. And I don't need the opposition because we share the very same advocacies, ideals, and visions for this country. And hindi naman natapos yung pagkikilaban ko sa mga advocacies ko habang nakakulong ako. I never stopped. And now that I'm free, I'm able to work harder for those advocacies.
If there's one thing that you want the international community to remember about your legal victory today, what would it be?
It is a vindication of my innocence. And I thank the international community who are closely monitoring my case. They've been there, and it helps a lot. It means a lot to me. The international community, almost from day one, has been monitoring the progress of my case. And many of them, many personalities, foreign dignitaries, and also foreign organizations have been releasing statements calling for my release. And this is vindication. And I will further work for complete vindication because ito naman ako itong kaso na ito. I want people to know the truth of my innocence. I want the people to know how it happened. I want the people to know who are behind it. So in due time, so that's vindication. Kasi marami na paniwala noon. So this is my opportunity. Because they destroyed my life. And that's why I'm going to rebuild my life now. They destroyed and ruined my name, my reputation. Now that I'm free, I'm going to work hard to redeem my name. And vindication, complete vindication, is the key. Thank you.
Thank you, Sen. Any more questions? Alright. Before we end, are there anything else that Sen. Laya said that is all that add?
Salamat lang. Salamat. My friends, my allies, my supporters, my sympathizers, for believing in me all this time, and your continued faith in me. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sen. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, that ends our pleasure for today. Thank you so much, President.
Freedom water. Send diretso na po kayong Bicol niya. Diretso na po.
Security also is foremost.
Yeah.
Mike, ma'am.
Hi po, ma'am.
Mike, ma'am. You were asking me.
Yeah, off the record. Ayaw yata ipasabi ba? Wag na off the record na lang. For security purpose.
Ano pa lang po talaga yung direction na maglaluhin ka namin. Because foremost is the needs. So we have to be careful.
Okay po, wala pong questions. Last photos na po and then we can wrap up.
I have issues, but not serious ones. I'm not getting any younger. I turned senior citizen. EJ.
Okay, paulit po.
Sorry, naging press ka na ulit.
I was asking about my health. I said I have health issues because I'm no longer young. In fact, I turned senior citizen or dual citizen in jail already because I was arrested when I was 57 and now I'm 62. So I birthday ako ng pagka-senior citizen at nasa. And I kept praying really that this Christmas would be inside prayer, the celebration of Christmas. Grabe talaga yung dasal namin. As I told you, we were expecting the resolution of the MR as early as September. So last month, so every time na nag-hearing yung support ay na umaasa kami na ilalabas na ni Judge yung ruling niya. And this is, today kasi is the last day, last hearing for the year. Ang next setting kasi is January. So we were really expecting na ngayon na ilalabas because of that. Sa September pa lang, umaasa na kami na lalabas na yun. We were always really confident that I would be granted it. Because we believe and we are sure of the merits of our cause.
Okay.
Ito,
Record please. Ayun, isa pa na po. Yan. Yan. Dito naman po, ma'am. Yan.
Mabuhay si Laila! Mabuhay si Laila! Mabuhay si Laila!
Yan. That's better.
Mabuhay si Laila! Mabuhay si Laila! Mabuhay si Laila!
Mabuhay!